Hey, what's up everyone? This is going to be another video regarding strange occurrences. The first thing that I want to mention is this mysterious occurrence that took place 2 days ago, where they stated that a mysterious wind blew down these big trees all at once in Olympic National Park, Washington. A small earthquake was also reported. Now, the weather experts were baffled by this occurrence, and these occurrences taking place. You have within this small area, circled here, and where the arrow is pointing to that particular area, it actually registered at that moment right there as a seismic boom, a seismic wave. So, this is initially what made them go to the location and be able to find it. These trees were literally stripped. Some of these trees were just cut like pieces of just sticks, like toothpicks just cut. Now, they're trying to figure out what in the world possibly had blown down these more than 100 trees. I was hearing some individuals say thousands in the middle of the national park, when no other major weather event was recorded in the area. It's definitely a mysterious incident believed to be meteorological in nature. That's why they sent the meteorologists out there to investigate it. But it knocked down many trees and left state national park individuals and weather experts included baffled. The head-scratching event occurred in the early morning hours of January 27th at the Olympic National Park. Whatever the force was, it wound up knocking down dozens of fairly large trees in the forest, and which spawned a rumbling sound that drew concern from people living nearby. Here's the image that I actually just showed a moment ago. Although initially presumed to have been a microburst, a microburst is when a sudden downdraft of air or wind usually has to be. It would have taken maybe even over 100-mile-an-hour winds to have done all this, though. But a microburst is when basically a large downdraft takes place where heavy winds push down, usually from a supercell or a thunderstorm like that. I'll look it up and show you here in a moment. That's what a microburst is. I don't know if I said the right word a moment ago, but a microburst, that's what that is. Basically what I just stated a moment ago, it's a sudden, powerful, localized air current, especially a downdraft. So you really didn't hear much about these until around probably 2004 to 2010. That seems to be when the term really actually was mainly adapted, or at least was used more often. A local weather watcher named Cliff Mass dug deeper into the story and realized that it was really more of a riddle than just that. It's more than just a microburst, so they're not buying that explanation, and neither would I. It would appear that the force needed to knock down these trees would have had to have been considerable, very considerable, and radar, taking a look at the radar at the region during that time, indicates no such circumstances which could have even conjured the mighty wind. A look at other weather measurements also failed to yield any significant clues as to a rational explanation, as they would probably call it, although intriguingly a seismic recorder in the area did pick up some rumblings which are actually thought to have been created by all of the trees hitting the ground. That's probably what caused the booms and the seismic readings. Excuse me. According to According to Mass, the only weather event which may even be remotely related to the weird tree fall could be a frontal zone due to hit the area later in the evening that day, but even he is weary of that explanation, so they really don't even buy that explanation. The case has been proven to be so perplexing that the fastidious researcher even joked that perhaps the Sasquatch or alien visitation explanations should be taken seriously. Now, I will tell you that I've had experiences through my life that beings I usually don't discuss on this channel, but beings do exist. Things exist beyond what people understand. I have seen and heard things that relate to things of a nature that currently the mass majority of individuals aren't open-minded enough to really, if they don't experience it, they don't believe it, and they're not open-minded enough to really accept it yet. Most individuals, I've spoken to some, and my parents, they understand, they've witnessed things, they experienced, they believe me, and other individuals I've spoken to online, they do as well. But beings and things, they do happen. They are there, and they are real, and I've experienced them. But with that in mind, it's probably only a matter of time before someone puts forward a meteor-based theory, they think, or a mini Tunguska event. Now, the Tunguska event, you can look up here by selecting this. Excuse me, that happened June 30th, 1908. And this was 108 years ago from 2016, so roughly 110 years now. It's where over a 260 feet area, 200 to 620 feet, I'm sorry, 620 feet area, trees just were flattened. It was a cataclysmic explosion of these giant trees and these just giant spaced area. A space object, they believe, flattened an incredible area, and nobody was killed. No one was killed at that event. But since the event, there have been an estimated 1,000 scholarly papers on it. So, yeah, that occurrence right there took place in 1908, where multiple trees were just flattened, hundreds of them, over hundreds of feet. So yeah, 200 to 620 feet. But I've experienced beings, and I've experienced things, sounds, occurrences, witnessed and seen and heard things that currently the mass majority of individuals are not yet open-minded enough to, and really, they just can't believe it, or unless they experience it, or they think it might be crazy. But I've experienced many, many things. Yeah, and yeah, that's all I can say on that. I'm not going to get topic. I'm not going to get into anything cryptozoological or interdimensional or anything like that in this video, but I've experienced many things. So, but anyway, yeah, what do you think happened to these trees? So, experts are not really also buying the microburst explanation, and I can understand why, because, I mean, nothing appeared on radar. There's been many booms, if you remember, and I heard some the other day, a few days ago, and I've been hearing the train horn sounds in the sky again as well, and there was a boom and a metallic sound outside. And another thing that took place was just a few months ago, if you remember, some kind of a giant object was reported. It went all the way across the United States sky, but it was on radar, sort of this object that no one could see, but it registered on the Richter scale in seismic activity. So I'll share that in a video, and I'll ask you if you remember that or not. This thing just went across the sky, and many people recorded these booms and these rumblings that was almost like a sonic boom, but no sonic booms were recorded, or military activity was actually admitted to being taking place that day, so there was no quote-unquote logical explanation regarding this. But that happened in, I think it was early January. I believe it was early January. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But it did happen, and many people recorded it across the United States from the east to west coast. So, with that being said, I've had many occurrences, I've seen and heard many things, and I've experienced many, many situations throughout my life that I definitely believe many things, and I believe you. If you have any experiences of strange things, I believe you. Much love, stay safe, and whoops, dropped something, but anyway, I dropped the remote. Okay, now, had to move the TV remote so I don't drop it. But anyway, I just wanted to wish you all much love and stay safe. I thank you for watching this video. And that's all for now. Peace. Bye.